Hey Divas, what's up? It's your girl Diva, and welcome back to Diva's House and another edition of Diary of an At-Home Mom / Diva. So this week I kind of didn't have a topic in mind, and I probably should have planned ahead better, but it's been a crazy weekend for me. So just stay tuned to see what I'm going to be talking about, because you know it's going to be interesting. Stay tuned. Hey Diva, so what's up? Your girl is back. So of course this is another edition of Diary of an At-Home Mom. And like I said in the intro, I really didn't have a topic for this weekend because like I said, my weekend was a little crazy. I did some freelance makeup work, which was good to feel like I was making a little coin this weekend. So it was kind of crazy. I think my biggest challenge though of this weekend, and probably what I'll segue into, is just the challenge of being the main parent at home, being the at-home mom. Friday and Saturday, I had a client, it was the same client all weekend, wanted her makeup done twice a day. Which was great because, you know, I made a nice piece of coin for this weekend. So I had some money in my pocket. My biggest challenge is whenever I go on a makeup job or have to go to the salon if requested, is that I don't want to have to take my daughter with me. I just don't feel like it's professional. I just don't feel comfortable doing it because she always wants my attention. But I had no choice. Friday, my husband's at work, her aunt's at work. Her great aunt lives in Jonesboro, which was out of the way for me to take her when where I was going was only 3 miles up the road, and would have taken me less time to get to there versus taking her to Jonesboro. So luckily for me, the client was nice enough and was like, just bring her. Not a problem. Just bring her. So I did, and she was a great baby. She had fun, she laughed and everything with the client and all the other people who kept coming out of her room for the conference. So that was great. Saturday, the same thing. My husband worked, of course, so I had no choice but to take her with me in the morning and again in the afternoon. So it was definitely a challenge, but it was a challenge that I was able to face because luckily this person was nice enough to understand. I'm an at-home mom. I do this occasionally. It's not an every weekend thing for me. And I was actually helping her out because she was looking for somebody who could do her for the whole weekend, both morning and afternoon. So I have to say that was a challenge that I was able to overcome. Now, if I had to talk other challenges of just being an at-home mom, you know, I tend to wonder sometimes, am I doing the best thing by being at home with her? But if you guys have seen from my other previous videos, right now I kind of have no choice. My husband is the only one working. I haven't been able to find a job here in Atlanta. Everything, like I said, is very impersonal with applying for jobs, especially if you're into retail. It's no longer you being able to go into a store, ask for an application, fill out that application, and get a job. Everything is very, very, very impersonal now. It's like if you don't have what they're looking for, they're not even calling you for an interview. You may get an email later. I just got an email the other day from Verizon, and I had applied to them months ago. They decided to go with other people who they felt like fit their criteria, and I never got called for an interview. And mind you, I have years of retail experience, management experience, and didn't get a call back. So it was kind of discouraging. But I've often wondered if the choices I've made to stay home with her are benefiting her. Like, she's an only child right now. But she does have an older brother, but he lives in New York. He's much, much older than her. He's about to go to college. She's a baby. So technically she is the only child. She's my only child. And she's not interacting with other kids. But we can't afford to put her in daycare because, like I said, my husband is the only one working. So I try to do my best with her because I worked at a daycare when we lived in North Carolina on base for about 6 months while I was pregnant with her. So I know the things to do with her, but I feel like she would benefit more from being in that environment of other children. My other biggest challenge though with this whole being at home, staying at home as a mom, is that I think it's so much out of my element of who I am. I've always worked. I've always been a very independent person. I could rely on myself, especially when it came to money. I didn't have to rely on anybody else. It's a little bit odd for me now because now I've gotten to the point where it's like I've grown antsy and all I want to do is be able to make my own coin. My husband keeps the roof over our head, he's still paying my car payment, which is another thing I want to be able to take back from him because it was something I bought for myself when I had the money to do so, and because of my transitions from being an independent person to being then this military wife who decided who didn't want to work for her first year after we got married. Then I did get a job, but I still wasn't able to pay my car payment, and then it's like got pregnant, moved again, and then I still can't pay it, which I'm grateful that he pays it. So grateful that he pays it. And I have about maybe 5-6 more months of payments left and it'll be done with, paid for, only for me whenever I do find a job to get a new car because I've been wanting a new car for a while. So it's a bit of a daunting thing to me to be a at-home mom who doesn't have her own source of income. Now, people have told me, oh, you can work from home. There's all these different companies now that you can do and you make money, blah, blah, blah. But I kind of miss that adult interaction. Like, I have friends. We have his sister and whatever, they come over, so I get that interaction. I have friends, but I don't see them very often. So I did some of that interaction, but it's just not the same. I interact with a 1-year-old all day who I can't understand just yet because she's not speaking a whole lot of words. But it's a challenge that I think I'm overcoming. Now with this job thing, it's just like I'm still taking it day by day, still applying, and it's very different for me now. I think after working all those years and being stable in a job and being able to go from one job to a next, if I transitioned out of something, now it's not the same, and it's very, very scary to me to know that I have my degree, I can do just about anything, and I can pick up a job quickly, but people will never know that because they won't take the time to say, she has some qualities, let's see if we want to interview her. And I know it can be quite tedious to interview a lot of people, but you're missing out on such great talents when you're just being very selective about certain resumes or whatever the case it is that you're looking for. Now, I understand with retail, you have to be able to work the hours. And that is one of my downfalls. I can't work the hours. Her father works such long hours. Right now, they're in this 6-day-a-week work schedule. So, the weekends, all she has is me. So I'm highly considering working from home for one of those work from home businesses or whatever the case was. I've been in touch with somebody, so we'll just see how that plays out. Now, am I hoping that the whole makeup thing picks up again for me come like fall time or whatever the case may be. Hopefully I'll get some more freelance work. That'll be awesome. I had one of my white teen North sisters did request to see a jewelry video. So that I am working on. I'm still working on pieces. I've had some orders that I've had to get out the way, but I'm working on that. So that's keeping me busy. At the same time, a challenge because I try to do a lot of the work while she's either taking a nap or once her dad gets home. But if he gets home so late, I can't. By the end of the day, I just want to wind down. I'm not motivated to sit there and think and create. So it's one of those just challenges of everyday life. So, you know, I'm watching TV. You guys probably can see it in the reflection in the mirror. And then, like, I'm sitting on the bed, so it creaks. So it sounds like somebody else is in the house, but whatever. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. Hopefully next week I have a better topic for you guys. But this week was kind of just a catch you up on what's been going on. Like I said, I had a crazy weekend, did a little freelance work, and just the challenge of trying to get through that with having my daughter with me. Like, I don't know if any of you guys have ever faced having to go to something where you now have to have no choice but to take your child, but you didn't want to have to take your child because you didn't feel like it was the setting to take your child. Like, taking her with me just wasn't what I wanted to do, but luckily my daughter is a good kid. Well, my little munchkin, so I knew she was gonna be good. But yeah, I kind of wanted to get through that job and then come back home to her or whatever the case was, but whatever, it happens. It's part of the whole motherhood process. So let me know if you guys have had any concerns about you staying at home with your child. Do you feel like you're doing the right thing by staying at home with them? Not having them out there with other children. What things have you faced? Is it a financial reason why you stay home with them, or was it just by choice? So let me know, you guys. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say. And if you have anything that you want to hear me talk about, post it down below. I'll take it into consideration. Until next week, I'll talk to my fabulous divas later. Y'all know what to do. Y'all stay fab, because you know your girl is too.